Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video. In this video we are going to be learning about object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming is a style of programming where objects and methods are linked together and called classes. Certain programming languages, such as Java, rely on this style and have strict rules for it, whereas other programming languages, like Python, have it as an option to use. So without any further delay, let's get right into the video. To understand how classes work, first we need to understand why classes are necessary. To demonstrate this, let's say we wanted to make a bunch of variables about a person. So first we would have a person's name. Let's set that to Daniel. Then we would have the person's age, which we'll set that to 15. And now we have the name and age, but what if we wanted to create another person? Well, then we need to do this all over again, which may seem like it's not that much, but what if you have 15 variables? Then you have to do all of them over and over, and it gets tedious. And then you would also have to rename these, because you can't name two variables the same thing, so it would have to be person1 underscore name and person1 underscore age. Then you would write person2 underscore name and set that equal to something else, and so on and so forth. But we can use classes to more efficiently group variables. So the way that this works is we start by saying class, and then name it whatever we want. I'm going to call it person, and then colon, and then once you click enter it'll indent. And then here we're going to add a function, 2 underscores, so def, and then 2 underscores, init, and then 2 more underscores, and then parentheses, and then it should automatically put self inside the parentheses and turn purple, and then give you a colon, and you press enter. So basically what the init function is, it's, for those of you that know other language, it's a constructor, but if this is your first language, you may not know what that is. Basically, it allows us to define all the variables or attributes we want for this class. So one attribute is name, so instead of saying name equals something, we have to type self dot name, and we set that equal to name. Now notice here this name is red because Python doesn't know what name is. So to fix this, we add a comma to the self, type name here. So now every time we make a new person, we are required to pass in a name value. And we can do the same thing for age. If I do self.age equals age, and then put age here, every time we make a new person, we have to give them a name and an age. So to demonstrate this, I can say person1 equals person, and similar to a function, you will have the parentheses, and then in here you have to specify the two variables that we assigned, name and age. So you can say Daniel 15, and now when I run this, it doesn't give any errors. We can also print out certain attributes of a person, such as person1.age. If we print that out, I'll say 15 because we specified 15. This syntax may look a little tricky at first, so let's go over it. Basically, we made a new class called person, and when initializing it, we made it required to have two attributes, the name and the age. The reason we have to specify self is so that the Python knows that when we specify name, we're setting that to the name of that instance of the object. Hopefully that makes sense. Another thing that we can do is perform methods or functions with that specific class. An example is a person can speak, so we could make an action or a function to speak for the person class. The way we do this is we go to the same indent as the def init function. This time we type def and then speak. And then notice if we add parentheses, it'll auto fill in self, because you always have to specify self when you're doing functions inside a class. Notice that the speak function is inside the class person. So now in this function, what we can do is type print my name is. But here the problem is, how do we access variables from the print statement? Because if we type in self.name, it'll print hi, my name is self.name instead of the actual value of self.name, which is Daniel. The way we do this is by having an F before the quotes and then putting the variable in curly braces. So now you see it turns to the color it was when we defined it. So now it'll say, hi, my name is Daniel, and I am. And we can do the same thing for age, self.age, years old. Now when we run this, you'll notice nothing happens, because similar to how functions work outside a class, we didn't call it. So now if I do person1 dot speak and I run this, now it'll say, hi, my name is Daniel and I am 15 years old. Notice that the name Daniel and 15 are specific to that class. If we have another person, say create another instance called person2, and we set that equal to person, and then we give it the name James, and we say it's 24 years old. If we run this, it'll still print the same thing because it's saying person1.speak. If we change this to person2.speak, now it'll say, hi, my name is James and I am 24 years old. So we can use functions to perform methods specific to a class or specific to an instance of that class. Well guys, that is everything that you need to know about object-oriented programming. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you guys for all the support, and if you have any ideas for future videos, leave them down in the comment section. Until next time, bye!